bringing big-time talent, and at the same time, he's bringing big-time energy to BYU basketball.
48th all-time meeting between BYU and Arizona State. Cougars lead the overall series 28-19. They have won 4 straight, and they have won 10 straight at the Marriott Center. Mo Odom, that's what they'll need tonight.
And that's a big-time sign for Mo Odom. His last 3 games, he's been on the struggle bus from 3, so it's great for him in Arizona State that he gets off to a good start.
Here is A.J. DeBonsa from Brockton, Massachusetts, just outside of Boston. Probes, finds Robert Wright III. DeBonsa tees up a 3 and knocks it down.
We said this young man is truly special. He's able to step right into that wide open 3.
Odom threads the needle. Masamba Diop leads all freshmen and the Big 12 in field goal shooting percentage. A rare miss there.
Yeah, the thing about Diop also, defensively, he's known to get after it. As you see right here, Odom knocks down the 3. Not only Odom, but Arizona State as a team has been struggling for 3 the last 3 games, and you see A.J. knocking down a triple of his own.
Arizona State again began the season at 9-2. They went to Hawaii, won 3 games, lost 1. Beat Texas and Oklahoma in the Maui Invitational. And if they keep playing like this, Anthony Pig Johnson says, we'll be here, and you're going to be talking about us playing well tonight.
And Bobby Hurley wasn't really phased when we talked to him before the game about the team's 3-point struggles the last 3 games. He said they've worked on it. He knows his guys can hit shots. They just have to take those shots and have the confidence to make them.
Alan Mukiba, the Oakland transfer, finds Pig Johnson looking for 2 straight. No. The rebound was pulled down by Truitt. He leads the team in rebounds. Odom, second opportunity from long distance, off the mark. Wright knocks it down. 47% shooting from 3 this season. Rob Wright has taken his game up a level.
Yes, he has. And when you look at Rob Wright, he is so much more efficient than he was last year at Baylor. And also, he's doing a great job of taking care of the rock.
Masamba Diop, 0 for 2. Richie Saunders, that quick release, knocks it down.
And I know all the hype is justified for A.J., but Richie Saunders is one of those guys that I think NBA scouts are going to fall in love with the more and more they watch him. He can get it done at all 3 levels, and the 3-point shot is such a quick release.
Well, if you like threes, you might feel like you're watching an NBA game. Every point was scored via a 3-point basket so far. Mukeba has it denied by DeBonsa.
Great block by A.J. We talk about the offense, but there he is using that long wingspan to come in there and help Richie out.
I mean, the guy's wingspan was over 7 feet when he was like 15. Look at it right here.
That's what winning basketball is all about. You see your guys on the island, don't leave them over there, cross that midline, get that block.
Mo Odom bodies with Kennard Davis, who's playing through a flu tonight. Saunders, can he make it 2 straight? Rims out. Odom grabs the loose ball. Sun Devils have made 1 of their last 7.
You haven't watched much pit. Well, you're going to have to be able to knock down the 3. Especially when you get good, clean looks, especially the corner 3, top of the key 3-point shots. Those are staples of good offenses. All of the teams that we think are really good offenses, they can knock down 3s from those areas.
$19 on the shot clock. DeBonsa inbounds. Abdullah Ahmed via Cairo and then the G League.
DeBonsa liked that matchup right there. Right away. Right away. As soon as he saw he had the big fella on him, he knew it was time for him to cook. And on the flip side, if you're Arizona State, if you see that matchup, you gotta give big fella a little bit of help.
Gribovich is denied by Allen, who had 3 blocks last game against Kansas State.
Right now, this BYU defense, the last couple possessions have been absolutely stifling. You see right here, Saunders with the flyby, and then the Big time block, access denied.
I like that last BYU possession. You said, uh-oh. I was thinking, man, if Brendan's saying that, what's Bobby Hurley saying?
Yeah.
DeBonsa again.
He is so good when he gets in the mid-range. When he gets from 15 to 17 feet on in, it's almost automatic. The shots, you can tell he's put so much time into working on them. I'm actually surprised when he misses them.
Extremely disciplined. Another block for him.
Possessions are valuable. You did your job. You got the offensive rebound. Kick it out, reset, run the offense, and get a quality shot on the road.
Nukeba working out of the mid-corner. Circus shot. Got his own rebound, though. That's who this guy is. He's a junkyard dog.
Yeah, that's what you have to do. When you have that body type that he has, he's strong and physical. Sometimes you have to go out there and just make it happen. That's exactly what he did on that possession.
At the other end, answering. So right now has 10 points, or excuse me, 5 points. And that trio we talked about has 21 collectively. Saunders, DeBonsa, and Wright.
Well, listen, this team doesn't have a lot of depth. They're real top heavy, but they're incredible at the top. Those guys are all really, really good scorers and dynamic with the ball in their hands.
Odom, 4 on the shot clock. Here's Pig Johnson. Boop. Skies for the rebound. Rob Wright flies up the right side. Probes, penetrates, 2.
That was an excellent drive by Wright. Got downhill, sold it like he was going to the left. At the last minute, just shifted the body right to the right-hand side.
Jop fights for the basketball, and he'll have a couple free throws when we come back.
Great hands. Really does well catching and finishing.
Got an opportunity to play in Spain on the Real Madrid circuit and really refined his game, and not a raw type of player that Coach Hurley may have been expecting. Truitt.
And that's something else Coach Hurley said he's going to do. They're going to try to throw different looks at BYU, give them a couple of different looks, whether it's the pressing, whether it's going to be pressing into a zone, man-to-man. He understands the task that's at hand. BYU is a great offensive team. You sometimes just want to throw them off their rhythm.
And defense has been an issue for Arizona State. Coach Hurley said, I've never had 3 guys score 20 points like I had against Colorado and lost the game. We got to change some stuff.
Yeah, and he'll be happy with these last 2 possessions because he's got back-to-back steals, active hands. Arizona State scrappy right now.
Second turnover of the night for BYU. Had 19 against Kansas State, a season high. DeBonsa had 7 of them. He is taking care of the ball tonight. No turnovers for him, and active hands from Kennard Davis.
And as we talk about Arizona State switching up their defense, BYU switches theirs up, and they come out in a little bit of a zone.
Great crowd here tonight at the Marriott Center.
As soon as I say they come out in the zone, they switch right back to man-to-man.
Well, you know, Coach Hurley's from Jersey City. It's like a Cardinal Sin playing man-to-man up there. Richie Saunders with the steal and score.
I thought he was going to dunk that. He kind of got caught in no man's land, kind of got caught in between.
Oh, Ahmed, a 3rd block. Had 3 last game, has 3 already tonight, and we've got 9.5 minutes left.
Yeah, Ahmed having his own personal block party down there.
Pig Johnson, the heartbeat of this effort so far tonight, short.
Johnson just can't seem to get it going. 1 of 6 from the field right now. We understand offensively he brings a lot to this ball club, but he just can't find it right now in this first half.
Right, clean look, too strong.
You see Arizona State in transition. I think that's something that they're going to have to do. Push the ball as much as possible. Try to score before BYU sets up. You're on the road. You're trying to get an upset. You need as many easy looks as possible.
35th in the country in fast break points. Mayusin sets the table. Johnson with the left hand, teardrop doesn't fall.
I tell you what, Johnson only knows one way. He is not going to be deterred. That field goal percentage is not going to stop him from shooting the rock.
Boskovic to Davis. He's playing sick tonight. Doesn't seem to be showing any effects as he drains the 3.
Yes, indeed. Got a little bit of something, a little bug. Not quite the flu, maybe in the cold family, but you couldn't tell on that last jumper. Like I said, you see That one extra pass, and Davis is wide open for three. And I talked about it coming out of the break, and it's still the same thing. The degree of difficulty on the shots is what I see in this game right now. BYU is getting great looks, quality wide open threes. Arizona State, they're pressing a little bit more, and their offense is a little bit more scattered.
Well, you know, they had a scoring drought earlier of almost 4 minutes. Now they have one that's almost up to 2 minutes and 30 seconds. That's not going to cut it against BYU at home.
And even that shot right there, that's a contested shot. I know Odom can hit that shot, but you're shooting that over a guy that's 6'9" with a 7-foot wingspan. You might want to drive that one.
Boskovic.
Great defense by DeBanster.
Another look way off is Trevor Best. Best, energy guy, showing us why there. Here's Rob Wright, penetrates.
Hello. Rob Wright does an excellent job getting downhill on a regular basis. The field goal percentage up 6 points from last year, and it's because he takes a lot more shots like that, gets to the basket, and is finishing strong.
Mukeba. Now Mayusin controls, gets the screen, sets his feet, but can't hit it. Arizona State 0 of their last 6, and again the drought now is over 3 minutes, almost 3:30.
Arizona State's getting that danger area. They're going to need to start stringing together some stats.
DeBanza and Wright have 19 points collectively. You see on your screen. So does Arizona State.
That's not good. Another team has 2 guys that are basically tied up your whole ball club. You know you're going to need to step it up.
Odom. Pass is picked off. In transition, the Cougars once again. Oh, Saunders. Aaron pass, and Johnson makes him pay.
Great defense by Pig Johnson right there. He just read Saunders' eyes, jumped right in the passing lane, took off. He's bouncy now. Not the tallest guy in the world, but he threw that down kind of easy.
Pig Johnson, don't let the name fool you. He's lightning quick. He got the name Pig because he loved football so much he would come back in the house in Alabama. His parents would say, "Get out of here, you're dirty."
All right.
Saunders with 2 more. Lead is 14.
This pressure right now kind of bothering Arizona State, and they're going to get another turnover.
Kevin Young was juiced after that 10-second call.
I think with this pressure, it's going to be imperative that they probably keep the ball in Odom or Johnson's hands. Those guys are a little bit built better for that type of ball pressure.
Arizona State's turned it over 4 times in the last 4:32. They have made 1 of their last 7. Conversely, the Cougars on all cylinders right now, 7 of 9.
BYU right now just has it going, whether it's offensive transition, half-court execution. They're just putting on a clinic right now.
DeBanza. Too strong. Shot clock resets, but Johnson grabs it. Oh, Odom in the forecourt. Nice move.
Oh, wow.
Welcome to the Bronx, baby.
Hello. Real quick In-N-Out burger, no cheese, and then went right down the lane and laid him. That was special by Mr. Odom.
A.J. DeBanza says, how about this? He loves Spider-Man growing up. That's who he looked like right there.
Odom, DeBanza said not to be outdone. Didn't want to be showed up by Odom. He went right downhill himself. 12
points for DeBanza. Odom answers.
Listen, Odom has that offensive touch. And he understands right now, he understands what time it is. When you're the team's best player and you see you're on the ropes and you're on the road, you got to pick up your level because your guys have to follow your lead.
Odom with 10 points now. Right. Comes up shot.
I tell you what, if I'm Arizona State, I'm finding Odom again.
He's got the ball in his hands right now.
For game it, Maui.
Shot 75% from 3.
That's pretty good, right?
They say the Big 12, you know, it's a different league. It is a different league because I got guys like A.J. DeBanza, and I know you saw Darren Peterson last week. Woo. Pig Johnson sinks it, and the lead now has been trimmed to 10.
See Johnson knock down 2 free throws, and hopefully that'll get his offense going. Only 2 of 10 from the field, but a lot of times a guy like him that's an aggressive scorer, all he needs to do is see maybe a couple of layups or free throws go through, and next thing you know, that'll jumpstart his offense.
This Arizona State team, they beat Texas, they beat Oklahoma, they beat Santa Clara, they almost beat UCLA. They have what it takes to win big games on big stages. DiBonsa does a great job of drawing the contact. All right, let's take a look at our upcoming schedule here on NBC and Peacock. Saturday, number 7, Houston and Baylor. That's at 1 p.m. Then you got Kansas State, Arizona State. That's at 3 p.m. Northwestern against Rutgers. That's Sunday at 5, and followed by Ohio State and Washington at 6 p.m. First miss of the night for DiBonsa.
I thought Arizona State on that last possession could have done a better job of being gap disciplined. And what I mean by that is when you see a guy like DiBonsa that's turning that corner, you need somebody in that gap so he sees the active body, and you're basically telling him, I'm going to make you pass. He's always looking to score. He's a good passer, but you don't want a guy like DiBonsa to be able to get into a rhythm offensively. So you want to take those driving angles away. You
get the vibe that the different looks, zone and man-to-man, maybe, you know, a little difficult for these guys to be in sync. Arizona State on D.
It can be, but playing against a guy like that, you got to have your gap game plan discipline. It's imperative.
Saunders, how about that quick release? Like a hair trigger, drills it.
Just like that, the lead back up to 13.
3 minutes left before halftime.
You see Saunders right here catching it. Once he got to that rhythm, once he got to that next rhythm dribble, he knew he was letting that fly. Rocked the defender to sleep. Right there. That dribble right there, as soon as he read his feet. That one in and out dribble, read his feet, went right into his jumper, and he knew it was good right from the jump.
Kevin Young told us today, it's rare you see somebody that plays that gritty with that much energy that is such a good pure shooter.
Yeah, most of the time your energy guys can't shoot. BYU has a luxury. They have an energy guy that can flat out knock down shots.
Johnson, that's Arizona State's energy guy. He can't get it going tonight. Mayusin, third opportunity for Arizona State. And a foul is committed on Kennard Davis Jr. You know, back to the defense. Coach told us today, Coach Hurley, you know, the extra time that we might spend on offensive sets and in practices over the past 2 days, we've been spending on defense trying to figure out our schemes because we've been giving up way too many points.
And also he knew he's got to run a lot more defense this game. Bobby Hurley traditionally likes to run a lot of man-to-man, but he knew they're going to have to come up with a little bit of a trap. Great pass right there by the big fella, a little bit of zone action as well.
Fourth block for Ahmed.
And that's the second time Jop has got the offensive rebound and went quickly to get it back up. He has to understand when it's time to kick that ball out.
Saunders working on Mayusin. Here's DiBonsa.
He likes that matchup again. Once again, you got to slide over.
To the corner, too strong. Davis grabs the loose ball. Oh, DiBonsa, so crafty.
They got that one on the rim.
International rules that would count, but not here in the Big 12.
You see the nice drive right here, and then just hanging on the rim. And yeah, that's an excellent call with the goaltender. But I will say this, when AJ's on the outside and you see him bouncing, he's getting rhythm and he's looking for where he's going to attack you. Arizona State has to read that, shift as a unit, and give that help. Because even though he wasn't able to knock down the shot on that possession, he's still getting to where he wants to on the court.
Job. Kind of a look what I found reaction to the pass and misses.
Yeah, he kind of looked like he wasn't expecting to shoot that, but figured at the last second, you know what, I'm open, might as well.
He leads all freshmen and the Big 12 in field goal percentage, but this evening, Jop is 1 of 4. Rob Wright just carving up this defense. Somehow gets it off. He'll head to the free throw line. A heady player makes a heady play.
Odom right there, I think he tripped on somebody and just kind of fell into Wright. See right there, Odom, good defense. Nah, I thought he tripped, but he just kind of got a little bit too aggressive.
Wright sinks his first free throw.
That's the second foul on Odom, so Coach Hurley's going to get him out the game so he doesn't pick up his third with 1:17 on the clock.
Largest lead of the night for BYU is now 15 as Wright hits 2 free throws.
We just talked about Odom leaving the game. Now Arizona State down their biggest margin all game long. Where will the offense come from? Odom sparked them, but since he gave him that spark, it's been all downhill after that.
Hadib Boop commits the foul. 6'9" redshirt sophomore. How about Boop? He learned English by listening to Tupac.
Oh, that could be dicey. I'm just saying. Some words in Tupac. Hey, I love Tupac. That's one of my favorite artists, but I know you can't repeat everything Tupac says. Not if you're trying to learn English.
Oh, good for the locker room, but bad for the student lounge, I would imagine.
Boy, oh boy. I guess it depends on what song he was listening to.
Wait! Let's go, Rob, go!
It wasn't just Dear Mama, I can bet, right?
Yeah. Hope it wasn't Hit 'Em Up.
Me too. Dibanza off the dribble, drop in his face, rims out. Mukeba rips the board. Opportunity for Kansas State to take a bite out of this lead before half.
The struggles for Johnson continue, but I tell you what, even though he's not hitting shots, that hasn't slowed him down at all from an energy standpoint.
And a big three coming through is Gribovich.
Gribovich knocking that one down. Arizona State definitely needing that.
His 20th made three on the season. If he can keep that up, he can get his team back in it. They are now down 12 as Kevin Young calls a timeout. 12.8 left before the half. BYU in control. Oh, Dibanza, a spectacular effort to the rim. Scores, slaps 5, and got a free throw.
Let's go take that look. AJ, every time he's got Jop on him, his eyes just light up. Blew right past and finished with the left hand. Real quick crossover. Then he's getting right to the lane. No wasted motion. And if you're Arizona State, you have to see that. This is the 3rd or 4th time their big fella has been isolated on AJ, and they've left him out on that island. Send help. When you see AJ being guarded by Jop, send help immediately.
He's on that island. Maybe Jop can shoot up a flare or something.
He's definitely going to need to.
Mukeba working on Saunders. Saunders gets help from Wright. That leaves Johnson open, and he delivers. Same way he started the game, making it 3.
And Johnson finally was able to knock one down. He was 2 of 12 in the first half, so knocking that down's got to feel good for him.
Saunders, quick first step. Big chop to the hole.
Right now they are just driving these closeouts, and that's multiple possessions where Jop was giving up a layup.
17-point advantage right now for BYU at home. They have won 10 straight for the first time since the 2011-2012 season. Looking to make it 11 here. Mukeba, nice move.
That's a big boy bucket right there. Mukeba just carved out that space, got in the lane, and went right in Richie Saunders' chest. And Saunders didn't want any of that action. Because when they talk about no days off in the weight room, they talk about that young man.
Saunders elevates and knocks down another 3. Richie Saunders has 18 points. He's 3 of 4 from deep. Largest lead of the night for BYU as they take it away again in traffic. Saunders, 2 free throws coming up.
You see Saunders right here. AJ kind of loses the handle, sees Saunders at the last moment, and you can't leave that guy open from 3. Also, he's good driving in transition also. That's what's going to make him so special at the next level. He's a guy that can knock down that three and give other superstars space, but he can get down the lane and create shots for himself as well.
You know, talk to us about, or Kevin Young talked to us about, you know, he saw something in Richie Saunders. And when he got this job at BYU, Young said, hey, man, you can play in the NBA.
Yeah.
And after he told him that unlocked something. And we have seen a sensational play. I know you had BYU in the NCAA tournament last year, and you were a fan of his coming into today.
Yeah, I was super impressed with what I saw last year. I'm even more impressed this year because he's getting high efficiency, he's getting big-time points, and he's playing with another incredible player. And also, what it says about Saunders is when you have a coach that believes in you like that, it just does something for players. When your coach is like, yo, I really believe in you. I'm going to give you opportunity. I think that you can do this. It just puffs your chest up a little bit, make you want to go play that much harder.
A specific coach ever do that for you?
I don't think any coach was trying to get me to shoot the ball more. I was more of a defensive player and rebound. They weren't trying to pump me up. But I will say this: the late great Dean Smith did tell me that I was going to be an NBA player in high school. He said, listen, if you get in shape, you will be an NBA player.
I see his legacy lives on.
Yes.
DeBonce into the corner. Foul is committed on the floor. Looks like it'll be on Johnson. His second.
Right now, this lead is swelled to 20 points. Arizona State numbers from the field continue to be low. 30 from the field, 31 from three. It's just hard to win games on the road like that as we see a quick turnover as Arizona State now gets out in transition. But it's hard to win games on the road when you're shooting this court. They're going to need more transition buckets. They're going to need more easy buckets. If they're going to get into this game, it's going to have to be slowly, brick by brick, building their way back into it and getting quality looks.
Davis out of the corner. Ill-advised bounce pass is knocked away. Booth couldn't find the handle. When Truitt touched it, he was out of bounds, so it'll stay here.
You're going to see right there, quick hands by Johnson, throws it out ahead, and then Odom dropping the dime.
Saunders out of the corner. Trying to get it to Kevin Young.
Yeah, I mean, and Kevin Young looks like he can still shoot it, but he's not the guy you should be looking for on said possession.
I saw a video of Kevin Young. It was on the BYU coaches show, the Kevin Young show, where he gets a lob and reverse dunks it.
No, Kevin Young's not reverse dunking it.
No lie. No lie.
We're going to need the footage.
I'll show you. I hope now I'm really hoping it was a reverse and not just a dunk. They scrambled for it. Out of the pack comes right.
Drops down.
Yeah.
You see Sanders right here passing it to Young. I don't know. I think Coach had better hands than that, though. That thing went straight through his hands. Look, those hands look a little shaky, look a little buttery.
Not quite the acumen as a player that Bobby Hurley has at the other side, or on the other side, I should say. Basketball Hall of Famer. But he was a great player. Played JUCO. Fought his way to play in college, and then, of course, played pro for a little while. This guy, he's going to be an NBA guy. Saunders drills another tray.
But it starts with the penetration by Wright. Wright doesn't settle for a bad shot on the strong side, drives into the middle lane, creates a problem, and this
conference. DeBonce, foul going to the hole.
As he slithers down the baseline.
What's been the most impressive thing about A.J. DeBonce tonight for you?
Just watching how he handles the ball, 6'9" for his size. He handles the ball effortlessly, gets down the lane whenever he wants to. He just has an immense scoring. The best thing about his game is his mid-range. And that's, in the NBA now, it's kind of all about the three-point shot. But whoever gets this young man is going to have to realize what he does best is get 2 feet in that lane and hit shots from there, whether it's fades, turnaround jumpers, one-legged dirt fadeaways. It doesn't matter. He is good from 15 to 17 feet on in. That's his specialty.
has missed 3 free throws tonight, about his only mistakes, as he's sitting on 16 points. 5 of 8 from the charity stripe now. He's got 6 rebounds and 3 assists to go with all that. All right, Peterson or DeBonsa? I know you don't want to pick.
Come on, man.
I asked you. You've seen both of them live. Who you got number 1?
Oh, man. And I'll tell you the same thing I told you earlier today. You can't go wrong with either guy. I don't care if it's Peterson or AJ. Whoever, whatever franchise gets either one of those 2 guys, you're getting a franchise changer.
Both of those dudes calling the Big 12 home with some other real excitable Flemings. Or excuse me, freshmen. Check out Kingston Flemings, Tunde Yesufu in the gang, and the 22-point advantage for BYU right now is starting to seem insurmountable, as Arizona State has not showed many signs of life out of the locker room.
Well, there's still a lot of time left in this ball game, but if you're Arizona State, you got to start knocking down some shots and getting stops.
Toying with Mukeba.
That was great defense right there. That's how you get into that gap. When AJ went to drive right there, saw active hands, end up turning it over, and man, Pig Johnson just can't buy him. Now going to 3 for 16 from the field.
One of the toughest guys you'll meet in college basketball is Pig Johnson.
And like I said, it's just hard to win basketball. We talk about how tough the Big 12 is. And now you're on the road playing against a top 10 team. And you're shooting 28% from the field. One of your best scores is 3 for 16. That is just hard to overcome.
Shot is waved off as the foul was on the floor, well ahead of the new continuation rule in college basketball. Sunday Wolves are 1 for their last 8. Another turnover. Richie Saunders, right place, right time. He averages over 2 steals a game. DeBonsa, too much space. Drills it.
Offensively, this is just simply a clinic on the other end. We talk about Arizona State struggles, but BYU, they're not struggling at all. Shooting close to 60% from the field, close to 50% from 3. Everybody's touching it. There's drives, there's ball movement, there's everything you want to see as Jock drops the and one right there. But getting back to BYU offensively, I've just been super impressed. It doesn't matter if it's Wright, if it's AJ, if it's Saunders. Those 3 guys, that big 3, that unit is special. As we see Jock right here get the and one foul. But getting back to BYU, those 3 guys are truly special. Nobody plays selfishly, and they make sure everybody eats. I like what I'm seeing from the Cougars.
So BYU has 62 points. That big 3, Saunders, Wright, and DeBonsa, they got 56 in the 62.
That's neat. And it's because all those guys can put it on the floor. They can get their own shot. They can knock down shots also. So they're good in their own in isolation, but at the same time, they're great playing off of each other because those guys can knock down threes and spot-up shots.
Oh, miscommunication. Remember, Ahmed just came to BYU from the G League, playing for the Westchester Knicks in late December.
That is a wild road.
A wild road.
I might want to check, see if I still got some eligibility.
No thank you, say the Duke Blue Devils. Knocked out of bounds on the way to the hoop. It'll stay here with 24 on the shot clock.
Right there. AJ drives and just gets contacted a little bit at the end.
That makes this his 8th game in a row, scoring 20-plus points, as he has now reached that 20-point mark. Closing in on the double-double with 7 rebounds and 3 assists.
Like I said, I've been super impressed. Pete, you know I call some. You know I call some games in the NBA for the Washington Wizards. You know, I do some play-by-play for those guys as well. I'm gonna have to report back that this guy in Utah and BYU, he's pretty good. So if you have to, especially what's going on with the Wizards right now, they just traded for Trae Young. So I'm gonna have to report back that that might be a interesting combination if possible.
They didn't get any picks for Trae Young though.
Listen, that might just be a sign that Atlanta. Actually, I know it's a sign. If you trade someone like Trae Young and there's no picks involved,
yeah, that's
a sign that a lot of the other teams in the league didn't really want said player, and they were just trying to get him off the roster, which is wild to think about. That's where things are right now for Trae Young.
Yeah, player of his ilk. Mayusa out to Odom. Odom penetrates from the elbow. He elevates.
Great defense right there. Great defense.
Boskovic with the denial.
Boskovic did everything he was supposed to do. Close out, active hands, and ends up getting the block. And AJ tried to turn it over right there. Excellent closeout. Takes that first dribble and then is able to get the block. That is textbook defense. And then on the other end, AJ 6'9", just flashy in transition, but Jop actually had a really good block. And that's something that Jop's able to do. He gets about 2 blocks a game. Had 7 blocks in his last game.
Saunders almost falls. Ahmed, who's got 4 blocks of his own tonight, cleans up the mess, has a shot at a 3-point play.
And you see Richie Saunders misses the J. Ahmed just goes on the lane. Nobody touches him. And that's also been a problem from Arizona State this year. They're last in every single rebounding metric in the Big 12. And if you're going to win games in a tough conference, I'm going to tell you one thing. You can't be soft on the glass. It's just, that just doesn't go hand in hand.
The lead has now swelled to 27 points.
Oh, man. Got to start getting my best stories ready.
Jop inside.
And Ahmed, another block. He is active. I like him.
5th block of the night for the kid from Cairo. Boskovic at the other end, short. Rob Wright, like a hockey player behind the net, slaps it back out to the blue line. He'll set the table.
They want that mid pick and roll. They want to see what Wright's got in that action. Yes, this is true. Peterson has had the hamstring injury that's forced him to leave, I think, 3 or 4 games.
And I'm just saying, it's just a body of work thing. That's all I've seen from him so far. And conversely now, we're talking about, right, like the 2 best players on the planet. We never see DiBanza out of the game, really, unless it's a situation maybe like this one, or, you know, he needs a blow or he's in foul trouble. All this guy wants to do is play hoops. That doesn't mean Peterson doesn't want to do the same thing, but you asked, that's all I've seen so far.
Listen, man, hey, I value your opinion. That's why I asked.
I'm going to go down there and take Danny Ainge's seat and take over the Jazz and run them into the ground properly.
Listen, Utah got some talent over there, too.
All right, let's talk football. Sunday night, Justin Herbert leads the battle-tested Chargers against Drake May and the AFC East champion Patriots. Only one team going to be left standing after this wild card weekend, powered by Verizon. Sunday at 7:30 Eastern on NBC and Peacock. Under 8 seconds on the shot clock. Truitt controls on the block. To the corner. Mayusa, the kid from Belgium, is going to have to hurry. Can't get it done.
Arizona State struggles just continue. They just can't get that consistent flow offensively. Odom had a spark for a minute, but they just couldn't keep it going after that.
Job coming over, trying to make the defensive effort, but he fouls Boskovic. 29-point. BYU scoring once again, averaging 90 points, more than 90 points this season at home, where they're 6-0. have 69 already with 11:42 left. And there is the guy just standing up with his back to us, the architect of this attack, Kevin Young. Took his team to the Sweet 16 for the first time in more than 10 years last year. And boy, he's got people flocking to Provo, and some of them are elite basketball players.
Yeah, and I called both of those games that BYU won on their way to the Sweet 16, and I was so impressed with both games, with the offensive execution, the plays after timeout, just the flow of the offense, the way that he put guys in position to be successful. So it's not by accident that this BYU team is such a well put together and well-oiled machine offensively.
It's a great fit, him being at BYU. You know, he promised he would develop a pipeline to the NBA and win, and also carry that BYU message, and he has done all of those things.
He's delivering on that promise. You know, he had Denham last year being a lottery pick. This year, obviously, AJ is going to be probably the #1 or 2 pick. I think Richie Saunders has a chance to be a mid to late first-round pick. If nothing else, it'll be a second-round pick for sure. So that NBA pipeline that he talked about, he has developed it. And I'll tell you this, I would never, ever thought I'd see the day where BYU turned into the NBA pipeline.
I don't think Kevin Young saw it coming either. I heard him chatting with his dad, with Greg Wrubell, BYU's radio guy, and the voice of the Cougars. And, you know, they talked about how he was born in Salt Lake City. Kevin Young was, but he moved all over the country. His dad, very successful guy, and jobs took him to different places. And, you know, they were both members of the Church, Jesus Christ, the Latter-day Saints, his parents were. And, you know, his basketball acumen has just continued to develop and develop. And now he shares that with all his players. And it's the best fit, maybe in college basketball.
Yeah, when you have that drive and you've been around the game for this long, you have so much to offer the game. Like your players can just feel that. They vibe off that. And everybody gets better in this environment.
Was the highest paid assistant coach with the Suns, actually associate head coach, when he took this job. He's turning this into an NBA program with guys like that. In and out for DeBonsa. Johnson rips the board.
Now you got to start wondering how long guys like DeBonsa and Sanders are going to stay out there, along with Rob Wright.
Especially when you got guys like bulletproof, like Johnson, storming down the court. He's dangerous.
Exactly. This game has gotten out of hand rather quickly in the second half.
Wright empties the chamber.
Great pass. Great unselfish play right there by AJ. Obviously, he wanted to post up, drew 2 to him, and dropped it off for Wright for the easy 3.
Big Johnson has space and finishes. A nose for the basket, and some of that confidence now developing for him in the second half.
And if you're Pick Johnson, these are some very important minutes. Didn't shoot it well this game, but you want to kind of get maybe a little bit of a rhythm headed to next game. So right here, AJ sees the double team, then Jop kind of sags and almost makes it a triple team. Wright gets right in his line of vision, knocks down the 3, and then Pick Johnson on the other end with a tough basket.
You mentioned the shooting. He was 2 of 12 in the first half and is 4 of 8 in the second.
AJ, one area where he hasn't been money tonight is at the free throw line.
7 of 11 from the charity stripe. Has 21 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. Also has 5 turnovers. That's dangerous because he had 7 at Kansas State.
Great
on the
pass.
other end. Banging it home is Jop.
Great pass by Odom right there. Jop was able to knock it down, finish it, but man, Odom with the excellent vision. I see why he averages 7 assists a game.
Davis from the corner, no good. Long rebound, tracked down by BYU. Boskovic grabbed it.
Oh, Saunders with a nice offensive rebound right there. Kind of took a little bit of a blow to the head also.
He is up on his feet. Looks like he's ready to shoot the free throws and add to his 23-point total.
Saunders right here, crashing from the weak side. Yeah, gets smacked right there in the face. But I like the fact that Saunders still, hey, not playing the scoreboard, playing the right way. You know, some guys in that league gets big. They're not trying to go in there for that contact. They're just getting back down the court. They're biding their time until the coach tells them it's their time to come out. But I like Saunders right there, making sure that they finish this game in the right fashion.
You know, you hear all this stuff about college basketball changing and the transient nature, and then you come and you witness a game here at the Marriott Center, and this is a high-octane, well-oiled machine, and it feels like college basketball, too.
Yeah, this place is packed, too. This place is packed. It's been electric right from the jump. And there's not an empty seat in the house.
Empty possession there as Johnson was looking for Jop down low. A little miscommunication. The Sun Devils playing their rear ends off, but outmanned and undermanned really tonight, as before the game it was ruled that not only Marcus Adams but Bryce Ford would be held out with injuries, and that has really hurt the Sun Devils' effort. Oh, not as much as Saunders shooting, though. 28 points.
What a quick release. No wasted motion on that jump shot. And if you're not in Richie Saunders' hip pocket on catch, he is letting it fly and knocking it down at a high clip. You see right there, he sets that little quick pin down. Odom loses them, and Richie Saunders knocks down the triple. It's all BYU. Cougars by 1,000,000.
No nights off in the Big 12. Every matchup is personal. Every game is a battle. And everyone is coming for your spot. Bring that pressure right to the paint. Game on the line. Clock winding down. Fans on their feet. 30 years strong, and now we shine so bright they can't help but watch. This is where every month feels like March. This is Big 12 men's basketball. This is a different league.
Back here at the Marriott Center, BYU in control, up by 31 with 8:50 left here in the ball game. So BYU is challenging.
No, they're not challenging up 31. They're not doing that.
Well, look, right in front of us, I'm looking at our officials.
Yeah.
Gregory Nixon, Michael Reed, and Chance Moore.
Well, we just talked about doing things the right way and finishing out the game the right way. Hey, the coaching staff has to set the standard. They have to do the same thing also. So even though it's a 31-point lead, challenge it and see if you can get that possession.
Hey, it's good work for the officials, too. We were talking to Kevin Young today about the new rules in the Big 12, and we get all the views when we watch the replays. The officials only get one view.
BYU, after review, has lost the challenge. As a result, they will lose the timeout as well. ASU ball on the baseline.
Gregory Nixon with the authority.
Yeah.
Don't waste our time. I do appreciate your point, though. That's the standard.
Yeah.
You know?
If you want your guys to play a certain way from a coaching standpoint, you have to do the right things also.
Job takes advantage of a missed assignment off the inbound. The engine that could.
That's how you finish inside, big fella. He's missed a couple of those. He's kind of rushed a couple, but right there took his time and went up with authority.
Right.
Might want to let Davis sneaks along the baseline. Looked like that possession was a little disjointed, but Davis right there found some daylight at the end, and he was able to get the nice reverse.
He told us before the game, hey, he might not play. He's under the weather. He's performed tonight. Odom from 15 feet. The runner's no good, but Jop. 4 quick points.
Yeah, we talk about Jop finishing inside, still playing the game, not the scoreboard.
Boskovic hangs off the mark, and there's Jop again.
A little bit of a sloppy pass right there by Johnson. Johnson tried the no look. Guess what, Pete? He probably should have looked.
Saunders eyes up to the corner. Another three. Knocks it down. Tyler Maruss, his third of the night.
Like I said, Utah's been shooting the three at a high clip and getting the quality looks. The corner threes have been at a premium for the Cougars. And right now, they are all over Arizona State, getting anything they want on the offense. Odom can get something going in here in the half court for Arizona State. Jop's been active these last couple of possessions.
Oh, Big Johnson fighting his way to the finish line.
I give that young man credit. There's no quitting that young man. He has played the same from start to finish. Doesn't matter the score. Doesn't matter what his shooting percentage is. He has played hard. He has been active. And I tell you what, even on the night when he's not hitting shots, that's the type of guy that can play for me.
Yeah, talking to folks around the Arizona State program, they rave about Pig Johnson, a guy that was born into some tough circumstances in Midfield, Alabama, and all he's done is battle. Right now, he's battling the students who are back here at the Marriott Center.
They got everything going on.
How about that student section?
Yeah, that student section is wild. Like I said, how about that student section getting this, with the game being this lopsided, still giving that type of big energy.
And some energy from Johnson as he knocks down the second free throw. Right, beats the pressure. DeBonsa, the lob, and the jam. Boom, bangs it home.
Everything just going right now for BYU. Arizona State tries to switch it up, come with a little bit of pressure. BYU has the answer yet again.
Johnson into the forecourt, flies to the holes, knocked out of bounds, last touch by Wright.
See right there, AJ draws Jop up and then throws the lob. As soon as he sees the big fella cross that midline, as soon as he sees Jop cross the midline, he already knows what time it is.
Jop double team, doesn't care, has it poked away by Wright. DeMonde on the scene. Three try coming from Mayosin, off the mark. Ooh. He is diabolical.
Hey, Wright getting fancy in transition.
Leads the team in assists with 5.5. That's 6 in the Big 12, but he has been scoring the rock tonight. 19 with a chance to tack on 2 more.
A little bit of a little behind the back. Little mini Steve Smith half spin right there. Little mini Smitty.
Steve Smith, there you go.
That was my guy, man. We worked together for about the last 8-9 years.
He's one of the all-time class acts. When I was doing PR for the Bobcats, right, he was the elder statesman that we had on that team that kind of kept everybody in line. And, you know, he was towards the latter stages of his career. Amazing dude.
Yes, NBA legend Steve Smith. He made that move that Rob Wright just used famous. The Steve Smith half spin.
Mayosin takes his time, staring into the eyes of Saunders. Goes to his left, pumps it into the corner where DeBonsa takes it away. Right on the receiving end.
They're gonna go crazy with this quick one. Listen, that's just special. The pass was way too long. Wright with the excellent hands and the wherewithal to throw it behind the back. And Saunders knocks down the triple.
Would it be any more appropriate that that was the icing on the cake of his career high? 31 points now.
That pass is a little bit too far. Wright has excellent hands. The behind the back pass. Wow. What a play. Now that's big time. And a career high for Richie Saunders.
These guys, Wright and DeBonsa, you talked about it a little earlier. It's like they've already played through 3 or 4 before March Madness. They are made for March, and they are so cool, and they're never faced.
And they're making this look easy. Normally when you have a guy that's a freshman that's coming in, that's taking that amount of shots with these amount of accolades, sometimes it can be a little choppy. There can be some jealousy. You have guys trying to figure out, when do I shoot? I don't want to step on your toes. You don't want to step on mine. But with BYU, it just seems effortless. It's just everybody understands their role, when it's their time, unselfish play. Like I said, BYU is going to be a very tough outcome March.
Well, and you know, we had the opportunity to chat a little bit with A.J. DeBonce's dad, Ace, and his mom, Chelsea. They live here in Provo now. His dad was a police officer at Boston University for almost 20 years. He strikes me as the son of some awesome parents.
Oh, yeah.
And meeting his dad, that is no surprise anymore.
His dad was just a joy to talk to. You said he was a police officer?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think he's going to have to do that anymore.
Deputy sheriff.
Not going to have to do that anymore.
He finished up as the deputy sheriff, baby.
So now I'm really starting to wonder. We're under 5 minutes now. When does BYU start pulling some of these guys out?
Were you ever, I'm sure I know you were, you played 15 years in the NBA, but part of blowouts, and you're kind of like, hey, am I going to stay in here?
Yeah, sometimes, like when you're, and it happens no matter what side you're on.
Yeah.
If you're the guy that's on the team that's blowing the other team out, or if you're losing, when it gets, there you go. It's time to clear the bench after that one. That was incredible.
Big Johnson won't go down without a fight, but the story is the superstar, A.J. DeBonce. Another look.
Wow. A.J. coming down the lane, throwing it down, windmill in the half court. You see dunks like that in transition. You very rarely see them in the half court.
Richie Saunders, you want to know if he's going 100 miles an hour? He just fouled out of the game.
I guess that's the only way they'll get some of these starters out of here.
31-point lead for BYU. Saunders goes to the bench with that career high of 31 points and an NBA future. Big Johnson now staring into the frenzied student section. Season high for Johnson. Props to him. 20 points. Odom hits the brakes and finds Jop, who finishes in traffic.
I tell you what, Jop's had a good last 7-8 minutes of this ball game. In the beginning, he was rushing a little bit. He was pressing. I know it's a blowout, but like I said, I think it's very important for him to stay in this game and just have a good feel for it down the stretch.
And you build on this, right? He's got 13 points in the second half, shooting 5 of 6 in the first half. You're right, exact opposite.
Yeah, when Jop and the coaching staff start looking at film, they can say, listen, this is what you did in the second half. You took your time, you finished strong. In the first half, you were rushing a little bit, you were pressing. And one thing they're going to talk about is he's been getting blown by on defense. And he knew right away. He turned and raised his hand to the coaching staff, saying, my bad.
Triple teamed, fights his way out of it, finger roll again. 4 points in the first half, was 1 of 5 shooting. Is 6 of 7 in the second half. Give him on the game. Let me do some math here as now I look at the graphic. 19 points.
AJ coming through your living room with the man's jam. And Saunders right here, knocking down the three off an incredible pass.
Well, I think it's a numbers thing. I do. I don't know that they even have the bodies. I hope.
At this point, they might be able to put a walk-on or a trainer in.
Kostic down low. Offensive foul on Boskovic. 98-70. BYU looking to improve to 2-0 in the Big 12.
Now, you've seen a lot of these teams in the Big 12. Obviously, we're seeing BYU tonight. Who do you think the best team in the Big 12 is? Is it BYU? Is it Houston?
I mean, I'm a prisoner of the moment right now. So, I mean, looking in front of me and seeing the domination we've seen tonight and just how many different guys, as you touched on, BYU can beat you with. I want to say BYU, but Houston and Kingston Flemings is dynamic. And they held serve last night at home against Texas Tech. I just can't count out Kelvin Sampson.
You never can. You know, Kelvin Sampson's always going to have his guys ready to play on the defensive end.
And everybody in the league, it's a copycat league. You told me that about the NBA. But the Big 12 is a little bit too. Everybody wants to play physical now, like Kelvin Sampson in Houston.
Yeah, I just had a game at UCF versus Kansas, and Johnny Davis said to me, we underestimated the physicality of this league. If you see the lob pass up top, we understood the offseason we had to get bigger, faster, stronger, and more length, and multiple bodies if we were going to be able to compete. And that's just where you're at in the Big 12.
And you saw Johnny Dawkins and his team beat Kansas.
Yes.
We're talking about the Big 12, how brutal the schedule is, but boy, is it fun to watch. It is indeed a different league. Next Wednesday, Colorado and Cincinnati. That's at 7 Eastern. Then the 25th ranked UCF Knights take on Kansas State at 8 Eastern. And Utah travels to Lubbock to take on Texas Tech at 9.
Make sure you catch that UCF Kansas State game. There's going to be an incredible play-by-play guy right there.
Oh, who is that? Is that us?
There's going to be an incredible play-by-play guy and a pretty good analyst.
The analyst is out of control good. Wow, a real sigh from the student section.
I give the student section their credit.
Well, I tell you, these guys, they don't play here. Now, what's it like to shoot into the Cameron Crazies?
Man, listen, that was different. Playing in Cameron, they always had something for you.
Too close, man. They're too close. I would worry about you guys.
Yeah, sometimes it can get a little bit dicey.
Nice defense by Kostic. Right.
Oh, wow.
He wanted to sink his teeth into the Arizona State defense.
He went for the highlight. He went for the facial.
Coming up on a minute. 29-point advantage for BYU. Ball's knocked out of bounds. We talked about Arizona State's brutal schedule coming up, but this is life in the Big 12. You know, Utah, TCU, who's taken Michigan and Kansas to the wire, as we see a 3 from Johnson. They're on the schedule along with Texas Tech and the #1 Arizona. How about that game on January 26th?
That's going to be a big-time game. I can't wait to watch it. Arizona, BYU, woo, that's going to be special.
Arizona #1 in the country, and BYU steadily moving up, I'm sure, after this one. 9th in the country right now. Rob Wright, has he shown any signs of fatigue? That's a career high, 25.
He's just electric with the ball. He's bouncy, the way he changes directions. Really good decision maker. BYU's going to dribble this thing out. An impressive victory for the Cougars. Dominant from wire to wire.
Tough loss for Arizona State. They played so well in the non-conference, and that gives them a puncher's chance to the NCAA tournament as this season unfolds. But tonight, it was all Kevin Young and BYU. Along with A.J. DiBonsa, Rob Wright, and Richie Saunders. That big 3, they really came